Hey everybody and welcome, my name is Terrorconn and today we are going to be looking at the Arma 2018 Humble Bundle. This is available until June the 11th or 12th, depending on where you are in the world. Go and grab yourself this bundle and encourage your friends to grab it too. The Arma series is a lot of fun to play with friends. If you aren't able to get this bundle in time, you can still pick up the individual games or DLCs, either in the Humble store or other digital outlets. We'll have links to the bundle and the store in the description. Feel free to check them out. For those of you who haven't brought anything from the Humble Bundle before, they have some great bundles for a great price. Use these bundles to increase your game collection or your ebook library. These are a great chance for you to have some fun either alone or with family and friends, but also to support some great charities as well. To start off, we're going to look at Arma Cold War Assault.
You're in position, 6. Now grab that truck and get out of there. Out!
Arma Cold War Assault was released in 2011 and is actually a re-released version of the original game Operation Flashpoint, which was originally released in 2001. Cold War Assault was a genre-defining military simulator and has won multiple international awards such as Game of the Year and Best Action Game, with over 2 million copies sold since its release. I actually had a lot of fun playing this game, even though it does look a little outdated. This is the first first-person shooter I've played where your crosshairs weren't locked to the center of your screen, and when you moved them to any side of the screen, the gun and your character's arms would move with them. I was surprised to see also, when you look around with the camera, down at your legs or at your shoulders, that they were actually there. I remember playing first-person shooters when I was younger and not seeing any kind of body rendering or design. So to see it in this game, it must have been ahead of its time back in the days when it was released. Something like being able to drive vehicles or change between first or third person depending on your gameplay style really lets you play this game how you want. With an awesome soundtrack to go along with enjoyable gameplay, I can absolutely see myself coming back to play this game again.
What's the situation, sir? Any activity in the village?
Well, Corporal, the enemy is starting to move around, but nothing looks too threatening. They don't look too entrenched. I can see some infantry, 10, maybe 20. And there's one BMP. They'll never know what hit them. Okay, let's get back to the platoon. The attack is going to start in a few minutes. We have to pick up some men at the camp at L'Olycée. Move out!
Next, we're going to be looking at Arma Gold Edition. Arma Gold Edition is actually Arma Armed Assault, or Arma Combat Operatives as it's known in North America, and its expansion pack, Arma Queen's Gambit. Arma Gold Edition was released in 2011, however the original games that made up the Gold Edition were actually made in 2006. It featured a completely 3D armory section which allowed players to be able to go and look at a vast collection of weapons, units and soldier types that they'd come across in the game world. Players would also be able to try weapons and units in this feature too. In Arma Gold Edition, they continued to keep using the unlocked crosshairs feature from Arma Cold War Assault. The free-moving crosshairs felt like a nice change from the Snap 2 targeting feature in modern-day gaming, and after playing with the free-moving crosshairs for a while, it felt natural and that it had a place in FPS games, while also keeping a very old-school arcade-style shooter feel to it. Arma Gold Edition has an incredible soundtrack as well, with improvements to voices and tactical speak from NPCs, improving on the formula they brought over from Arma Cold War Assault. Next, we're going to be checking out Arma Tactics. Arma Tactics was different from anything else in the series. It kept its armory view, but shared its FPS roots to make a turn-based, top-down tactical game.
Is this really necessary? I'm not some FNG. I've seen my share of combat.
5 months spent convalescing. That's a lot of time, Ian.
Whatever you did or didn't do. Don't mind Dobbs, boy. He has an acute case of I think I'm so funny-itis.
Arma Tactics was made in 2013 and was made available on PC, Linux, Mac, iOS, Android, and the Nvidia Shield.
No proper equipment. No intel to speak of. Heavily outnumbered. Expected civilian casualties if we fail. Over 10,000. I really hope Lady Luck owes us a favour or two.
For those of you who have had a chance to play games like Jagged Alliance, UFO, or XCOM, this game has a very similar feel to it. So if you enjoyed turn-based games, check this one out too.
Truly impressive entry, my friends. Too bad you don't have a silencer though. Sultani to everyone. If you hear one more shot fired, execute the hostages. There's more of you, isn't there? Tell your friends to come out and surrender. You can't fire your weapons, so why don't you drop them? Now!
The mission was supposed to be trivial. Ideal for you to get to know your new team, they said. Oh, really? Since when does trivial spell walk into a frickin' ambush?
With engaging cutscenes and advancements on voice acting from its previous 2 games, it's hard to feel that Arma is planning on letting their emphasis on realistic gameplay and tactics go anytime soon.
Then the second bullet knocked him unconscious and we had to pull back. At least for the time being.
Next, we're going to be looking at Arma 2 and some of its DLCs.
Citizen to all units, commencing Operation Arrowhead. Code name Jubilee. I say again, Jubilee in effect. Good luck, everyone. Citizen out.
Arma 2 was made in 2009 and was the first in the series to have a modding community. This allowed users of the community to modify the base maps, weapons, vehicles, and NPCs, and allow the community to make their own scenarios and missions.
Enemy at 200 meters.
Team, 100 meters, level clear. Okay, let's go.
The iconic DayZ was also made by the Arma 2 modding community, and for a while was the most popular online scenario being played.
200 meters.
1 o'clock. Enemy man far.
9-4, target that man. 7, target that man. 6, target that man. Hostile down. 3, target that man.
Reloading.
Cover me. 6, target that machine gun. Machine gun is history.
Enemy man 11 o'clock. 100 meters.
6, target that man. 4, engage that man. Attacking.
Cover me. Reloading.
Enemy man, 200 meters. Enemy man, front. And love seasons. 6, Johnson, scratch 1. 1 o'clock, enemy far.
With improvements on existing games in this series, Arma 2 continued to grow its voice acting and cutscenes, while still keeping some of its features from the original games. Boasting a huge list of weapons and units for players to use throughout single and multiplayer, and continuing to keep their iconic armory system and tactical speak from NPCs, which allowed players to continue to feel that they were part of a real tactical situation.
Ceasefire! Fire! Contact! Man, wait! To our front! We're heavily damaged! Man down! Is down!
Even with the huge amount of custom-made scenarios online, Arma 2 also still provided an amazing storyline in single player. With attention to detail on its units, NPCs and weapons, taking a moment to stop and appreciate the fine details of the game really showed the love Bohemia Interactive had for its Arma series. And finally, we're going to be looking at Arma 3 and its DLCs. Arma 3 was made in 2013 and is the latest in the Arma series. It's an incredibly fun and beautiful game. It has a built-in map editor, which is the most advanced map or scenario editor I've seen in a game. Bohemia Interactive must have seen how popular the modding community was in Arma 2, so made advancements on the editor from previous Arma games to give the community all the tools it needs to make their own scenarios and missions, which surely helped contribute to the huge online player base. Along with the scenario maker, you were able to also play that scenario as one of the soldiers or one of the units, so you could get a feel for what the players are going to be experiencing when they try out your scenario. Arma 3 has some fun challenges also which let you hone your skills with a wide range of weapons and units that they have on offer, like drones, go-karts, tanks, planes and more. There is also a Steam leaderboard feature for these challenges, so you can compete with other people in the world. Arma 3 is incredibly fun. I've spent many hours in both single player and multiplayer, and it offers a challenge no matter what mode you play in. The developers are still adding content to the game, and the online community is still very much alive, continuing to keep its armory feature and advancing on it more from Arma 2 and Arma Gold, as well as introducing new features like virtual training rooms and scenarios, allowing players to get familiar with its incredibly huge list of weapons and units to choose from. You can find traditional game modes online like King of the Hill, Team Deathmatch, Attack and Defend, but players of the community have made some advancements on these game modes. For example, one map I played online had a leveling system, perk system, and rank system. These systems were driven by experience and money, which you obtained by staying in the combat area, reviving players, bandaging players, hurting or killing other players, or simply by giving people a ride back and forth from the base to the combat area. Thanks everyone for watching. This bundle will be available until the 11th or 12th of June, depending where you are in the world. Go and grab yourself this bundle and encourage your friends to grab it too. The series is a lot of fun to play with friends. I'll be putting links to the Humble Bundle and the Humble Store in the description below. These are my affiliate links as I am teamed up with the Humble Bundle. By clicking on these links, you're showing support for me and lets me know that you guys want me to keep providing you with awesome content and reviews. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and have a good one.